Hey everybody, I may or may not post this, we'll see if I do. I am here today to talk about my relatively new tattoos that I got. So, just a reminder that, I do have a Patreon if you want to support me over there. That'd be awesome. We have some different levels. We have like Taroscopes for $1 a month. We have a weekly Taroscope for $2. There's Astro Report. There we have a series where I'm going through each of the tarot cards. And then in our coven, we are working with Shakti and working on transforming our chakras and shining our light into the world this month. So it's all about transformation and working with our energy and our chakras this month. And then in the Witch School right now, we're working on psychic development. So if you're interested in any of those things, you can click down below. I also have on my Etsy shop this month, I'm very excited. I'm doing my astrology sale again. Yay! I'm doing birth charts, which are usually $120. I'm lowering them down to $90 just for this month. They come with a report and they come with a video explaining your report to you. So if you're interested and you've wanted to get a birth chart done, this is the month to do it. So anyway, shameless self-promotion is now over. So what happened was back in April, I got my first tattoos. Now, a lot of people are surprised because people have said to me, oh, you look like the kind of person that would have tattoos, but I've never gotten one. Back in the 80s and the 90s, I definitely thought about getting them, but I just didn't see anything that I would want on my body forever. I'm pretty kind of picky and fussy about those kind of things. And the styles at the time just didn't appeal to me at all. And I was, really worried about, would I like this when I'm older, all of those kind of things. Well, I am older now, so I think I'm okay. Because what you like when you're 20 isn't always what you like when you're 40. And so now that I'm in my 40s, I'm pretty kind of set in my ways. And, I feel pretty certain about what I like and don't like. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, I really hate that. So I decided that, I really wanted one too. And past relationship that I had, my ex-husband was he was abusive, and he was controlling, and he was very like, you're not allowed to get one. And, so it was very, it was something that I always, kind of wanted to do, but was a little bit afraid to do. Now I think tattoos are kind of everywhere. Like, so many people have them. And the styles are so varied these days. We have like so many different styles going on. You've got like geometric, you've got like traditional American, you've got like the pointillism, you have, watercolor. There's something for everyone. It's not just the standard, anchor and heart with mom on it anymore. Like any style you like, you can find. And I think that's really wonderful. And also more and more people are getting them. So it doesn't have the stigma that it once did, for sure. It's just like everybody and their dog has one, so it's not that big of a deal. And so I told myself, well, if you want one, life is short, you might as well get one. So I really started doing research and looking into things. And also one of my friends, she's a very talented, amazing tattoo artist, and she's like 15 years of experience, and she's amazing. And so I didn't feel like I had to go in there and be like, I'm super tough and badass, and I could, I was like, well, if I need to cry, I can, kind of thing. So I went to see her and we talked about it and stuff, and I found a design I really liked, but I modified it because, I didn't want to copy things exactly, obviously, but also I wanted to really make it my own. And so I'll show you what I got. So first of all, this is the first one here. So as you can see, it's Slash, and he's watercolor. He's like, it goes like purple and then blue and stuff. So that's the first one there. And then the second one to match, of course, we have Axel, and he's like orange and red and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I got. Now, I was going to film getting it, but you know what, when it happened, I really didn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem right to me. I just didn't feel it. Like, it was actually like a really intense emotional experience for me, and I didn't cry or anything on the table. It actually was like, it didn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it was going to. I thought like, oh God, this is going to be so painful, and it actually wasn't. And I know everyone's different. Everybody's different. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't hurt, because it did, but it was more of like a sore hurt than like a painful hurt. I actually think it hurt more afterwards because I think for a few days after, I felt like I had a really intense sunburn, and that was more the sensation that I had. Of course, it was like it took about most of the healing took the first week, obviously. So, I was walking into this not having any experience. There's people who have tons of tattoos who they know what to expect, and to them it's, no big deal, but I had no idea what to expect out of it. So the healing went super well, really well. I followed the instructions to the letter. So the healing went super well. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really happy with, the colors. She said she made, certain color choices for me because I'm religious about staying out of the sun. And even when I have to go out into the sun, I wear sunscreen. And so these are always they're 98% of the time covered up anyway. People don't see them. But if, I'm wearing a bathing suit or I want to show them off, I always put number 100 sunscreen on them because the number one enemy of tattoos is the sun. That's what fades your color more than anything is the sun. So I'm very strict about that because I want to keep their colors really bright and vibrant, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a tattoo that was colorful and pretty, but also reflected me. So I decided to get Axel and Slash, and it's when I saw the tattoos on, I went through Pinterest, I looked through Pinterest at tattoos to get ideas and to reference things and just to see what kind of styles were out there and to see if anything appealed to me. So I saw these and right away I was like, that's what I want, but they were black. They were just a solid black. And I said, no, that's not what I want. I want colors, especially with my hair and everything. And I thought I want the cool colors for Slash, and I wanted the warm colors for Axel. And so that's what I decided to get. And I put them in a spot. I'm really happy I put them in this spot because I wanted it to be in an area I could cover up or show off if I wanted to. And for a long time, I actually was not showing these to anyone but really close friends because to me, they're very, they're sacred and they're really personal. And I just have decided recently to share it a little bit more openly. And you guys watching me, well, you guys don't know me. It's cool. So I decided to get these and to share them with people. It was a big decision for me. I'm kind of a person that, sometimes is scared of change and scared of things being different. And it takes a while, as a friend told me, to develop a relationship with your tattoo, to develop a relationship with this new thing on your body. So it took me a while to kind of absorb things. And, I was raised in an era where you were kind of told that, only, prisoners and criminals had that, or maybe people in the army. And they're always really kind of bad, and they, kind of turned that inky green and, spread and just looked really bad. And I was like, oh, I, don't want that, on my body kind of thing. It doesn't have to be that way for everybody, I think, as far as feeling like those things are super personal and deep and sacred. Some people just get them for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But for me, it was a big decision, and I wanted it to be something that I would be happy with no matter what age I was. And so I feel very happy with these. I think they're very, very colorful and beautiful. And for me, it's more about, we all know that I'm a big fangirl. So that's part of it for sure. But for me, they actually represent a lot more than that, because this was music that really helped me when I was growing up and going through a lot of different, things. And dealing with just all sorts of, different kind of very difficult stuff that I went through as a teenager. And so that really, really helped me and was really a big outlet for me. And then as I got older and then I was going through abuse and different, a really difficult divorce and stuff, again, this was very helpful to me. So it's helped me through all sorts of difficult experiences in my life. And so that is, to me, this is a representation of not so much what I've been through, because I'm not celebrating that. It's more celebrating the things I've overcome, and also the people who denied me a voice when I was growing up, or didn't want me to succeed, or, kind of held me back in certain ways throughout my life, and sort of overcoming that that abuse or that control. And so to me, this is a way of asserting on a level that this is my body, and it belongs to me and not to anybody else, and nobody can tell me what to do with it. And so to me, it's like an empowering thing. It's definitely developed, to me, is about asserting myself in the world, and also decorating my body too, right? You know, we have the right to decorate ourselves however we see fit in the world. And then I always think of it too like a balance, kind of like the Slash side is kind of the calmer side. And to me, he really represents like quietly being yourself in the world. Like no matter what somebody tells you how to be, it's about just being yourself, no matter what the fashion is, doing your thing in the world, whatever that is that you love to do. Like Slash doesn't really change, right? Top hat, long curly hair, plays guitar. Doesn't matter when grunge was popular or, you know, in the 2000s. He's just the same. He just continues throughout, and it's just a reminder to continue. It's also, you know, a reminder to, you know, I don't know that I need to be reminded, but just encouragement to keep playing guitar, because, you know, like I said, in my old relationship, that was something I was definitely like not encouraged to do and kind of put down and stuff like that. So it's a reminder like, hey, just keep doing your thing and keep going with it. And then the asshole side is like, sometimes you need to speak out. Sometimes you need to be the shit disturber. Sometimes you need to say things that aren't popular or people don't always want to hear. And to not be afraid to, you know, sometimes, you know, be the person that people don't always want to hear, like to stand up. You don't have to be liked by everybody. And also, you know, some of the things I overcame as a teenager as well, because people didn't always like me speaking out about stuff, that's for sure. And, you know, just some of the, like, things that happened to me, you know, like different assaults and stuff that happened to me, and sort of overcoming all of that. And so for me, it's like a deeply personal thing, and it is, you know, not into details or anything, but you kind of get the picture. Just some of the stuff that I've overcome, and it's kind of like, hey, like you're strong enough to overcome these things. And I just think they're colorful and pretty, and I like them. And also being a fangirl too is kind of, you know, I kind of wanted to get them. But to me, this is it. Like some people, they say, oh, you know, tattoo fever, you're going to want more and more. And some people do, and that's fine. But for me, I'm like, no, that's all I wanted. I'm done. I'm good with this. So I wanted to have that experience in my life as well. I wanted to know what it was like too. Sometimes you just want to check something off your bucket list, and that was one of them. So thank you for listening, and I hope, you know, that you do with your body what you want to do as well. So if you want to get one, I think you should not let anyone hold you back, and you should go and get one. It was definitely a positive experience for me, that's for sure. And also my tattoo artist, like I said, she's a friend, and she's really, really wonderful. So she made the experience really good too. So, and I did my research. So I thought about this for like, I picked my style, I picked what I wanted, and then I thought about it for a year, and I booked it way ahead of time, so I had time to think about it and process it. But that's just the way I work. Everyone's going to be a little different. So thank you for listening so much to my story. And yes, let me know what you think. And do you have any tattoos? How many do you have? What do you have? Are you happy with them? Are there any you regret? Let me know. I would love to hear. And as always, peace and love.